we're talking today about some of the Innotribe themes at this year's Sibos, and one of the big themes is digital identity. So we're talking to Tony Fish.
Hello, Liz.
So I mean, this concept of digital identity is kind of difficult for a lot of people to get their heads around, and I've seen the phrase about, the edges of the digital identity ecosystem. Can you give us a bit more detail on that?
Digital identity is hard, there's no doubt about it, because people get very confused and they kind of look at their login and their password and think that's their digital identity. And then they think about it and it suddenly becomes their driver's license, and then it becomes their social security number, and then it becomes your name. And you so what actually is my identity and what is my digital identity? And what we're starting to look at is actually how you log into something and how you're actually uniquely referenced is actually probably not important. What becomes important in digital identity is your data that you throw off, is your digital exhaust or your digital footprint or your slipstream, the information that you leave because you're interacting. Those behaviours actually define who you are. So your digital identity is not about identifying you as a person, but identifying you by your behaviours and the understanding of information that comes from it.
So as an individual, I mean, is there any way to control my digital identity, or do you just sort of manage it better?
Within digital identity, if you look at it as your login and your password, you've got complete control because you get to pick it. Certification that comes from government, obviously you have no control over at all. If you consider it's the way you behave and the information you leave, you have very much a choice because you pick which services you go to and how you're going to use them, which ones you're going to interact with, what services you're going to buy and from whom. What you have less control over is what happens to that data once you've actually clicked or shadowed over or actually left information by typing.
So you work a lot in your business with collaboration. So I mean, what role does collaboration have in solving this digital identity problem? And can Innotribe and Swift play a part in this at all?
Innotribe and Swift can definitely play a role within it, because collaboration in this is so much data is in silos. And eBay has some, and Amazon has some, and Google has some, and your internet service provider has some, and your mobile operator has some more. Everybody has a little bit of your data. And the question is, do you want it in little silos, or do you actually want it somewhere where actually it becomes a mass of data which becomes useful? Now, what you don't want is all that data stored in one place where it can then be broken into, like a bank or like a vault. What you do want is you want somewhere where it's spread, but you can get the value from all of that data wherever it is. And that requires collaboration.